one thing I thought you guys might be interested in, especially if you want to play along to real songs, which hopefully you do, because that's the whole point of learning guitar, not just to play a bunch of exercises and get ticks. I use a service called Karaoke version, which I'm going to share with you now. And what it allows you to do, it's got this massive database of songs on it, and you basically search for a song, and then you can buy a backing track. And the backing tracks are like a couple of quid. They're not very much. So if there's a song that you want to learn, you can search for it, and then you can download a backing track which you can customize. And the reason why this is really good is because if you say you want to sing, oh hey Bruno, say you want to sing and play at the same time, right? You can take out the vocal track and you can take out, say, the rhythm guitar track, and then you can play along to that track as if you're doing karaoke, right? And same thing if you're a lead guitar player and you want to play the riffs and the solo, you can leave the rhythm guitar in and take the lead guitar out. So what I thought I would do is share my screen here, so you guys.
Fancy.
Hang on, let me go back.
I hope I haven't disabled it.
I hope you haven't disabled it. Yeah, so this is what it looks like. This is my karaoke version account. I've been using these for a few years now, and in fact, I always used to download these tracks whenever we were doing anything for the showcases. So even though people might be playing with our band, obviously you see it quite expensive to get the band together to rehearse multiple times. So I would give people backing tracks so they could practice along with the track first, and then they would come and do a couple of rehearsals with the band. So this is a really cool thing for that. But also at the moment, because we're not allowed to play in bands at the moment, it's just it's just a lot of fun. So rather than just playing a chord progression over and over again, you get to actually play along with the song. So if I find a track over here, and I'm not going to use the Dua Lipa one, Jimmy, because it hasn't got any guitar on it. I know it's a good song. We're going to go with Shallow by Lady Gaga.
It's not Dua Lipa.
So what we can do then, we can't hear the song now, annoyingly, but if we want to put an intro count in, that's usually a very good idea. So we know when to come in. There we go. You can hear me. You can still hear me now, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll pause that actually. And what you can also do, you can put a metronome click in. So if you want to hear a metronome click going along with the song as well, that's also going to help you stay in time. But you can take out certain instruments. So say, for example, you want to sing and play this song, right? You can take out, or say you're going to do a duet with Bradley Cooper, right? You can take out Lady Gaga's vocals, and then it will be you singing Lady Gaga's vocals and Bradley Cooper coming in. If you've got a Lady Gaga and a Bradley Cooper and you both want to sing, you can take that out, right? And you can take the guitars out as well. So, say you want to just take the acoustic guitars out, for example, you can do that. You can pan different instruments left and right and center, so you can do a bit of mixing if you want to. And you can also, where are we? Yeah, and you can also download. So what you need to do, look, it's $1.99 bargain, right? You can also download, like once you've downloaded the entire track, then you can go in and you can make multiple changes to it. So you can have different versions of the track with different instruments and things on it as well. So
without paying any more money.
Over here to my files that I've downloaded, and some of you might recognize some of these previous songs that we've done in showcases and open mics and things. So if I click on You Shook Me All Night Long, which I think Tarun did, didn't he? There we go, I'm going to turn it off now. A couple of years ago. So this is the version already saved here that I downloaded and gave to Tarun when he did the song. But I can also, now that I've got this, now that I've bought this, I can also then make different versions. So for example, I might want to put a metronome in. I might want to put some of the guitars back in. I might want to put the vocals back in, but take the backing vocals out. I don't know, take the bass out, you know, and then I can download a different version of that. So it's really good fun to kind of play around with this. The only thing it doesn't do, which I've been waiting for it to do for a while, is you can't change the tempo. So it's very important that you learn to play the song up to speed first before you have a go at playing along with the backing track. And of course, that's where your metronome comes in, because you can measure the speed of the song. It tells you what the tempo is. So it tells you that this song is 128 BPM. If you want to be able to play along with it, you've got to be able to play it at 128. And then once you can do that, then you can have a go at playing along with the backing track. But you can change the key. So the key you can change, the tempo you can't. Like anything to make your practice a bit more fun, really. And I've got a lot of value out of this program. I mean, obviously for performances and stuff that we've done. But yeah, now I feel like now is a good time for students to start looking into this as well.
On the topic of making practicing fun, I normally suggest this to my bass players, but guitar players do it too. If you can find somewhere that does like drum loops rather than a metronome, if you find playing to a metronome is quite difficult, if you've got a drum beat going, you know, da da ba da da da, you know, and practice what you practice into a drum groove rather than you know, just a straight click. It can really, you know, make practice a bit more enjoyable and fun, especially if you're like working on some chord changes or things like that. It just sounds a lot nicer.
Yeah. And also, if you're playing along to a drum groove, and you can find loads of these on YouTube, you know, just go in and type drum track with the BPM, and, you know, squillions of them come up. But yeah, if you're playing along to a drum track, you're going to get more into a groove as well, because you'll be able to hear where the kick drum hits and where the snare drum hits, and you'll be much more likely to kind of lock in naturally with what the drummer's doing than if you're just playing to a kind of, yeah, you know, a mechanical click. So yeah, so drums are good too.